もう死んでいる。何？
Hello everybody! Real quick, before we begin, I recently uploaded a video on my main channel titled Things That I Hate. You can go watch it, it should be linked in the description. It has my face in it, if that intrigues you. Here's a clip from it. Why is Humpty Dumpty an egg? I hate that. Why is he an egg? He had no reason to be. Absolutely none. Well, I guess it would be kind of demented to say that they had to put a human back together again. But yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to the main channel. Now, let's get into the review. The Shogun, the level 10 car for season 14, or the Japanese season. I actually don't even own this car yet. I mean, if you're looking at this footage, I'm not even level 10 yet. One of my friends actually let me borrow theirs, so shout out to 9. But let's talk about this car. At first sight, it just looks really cool. Like, there's, like, even without driving it at all, it just looks really good. The headlights look nice, the open engine looks amazing, the exhaust looks clean, the Shogun spoiler on this car makes it look so good. There's so many little decals everywhere, like the little 08 on the side, which might be a reference to the Proto 8. There's that amazing carbon texture. Oh, and how could I forget? The texture that comes with the vehicle. This is the second vehicle exclusive texture we've gotten in-game, the first being the NASCAR one for the semi-truck. There are also 3 special effects that happen with this car when you're driving it. First off is the most obvious, the fire effect. There's a little flame coming out of the engine and then 2 on the sides. And this is just extra detail to a car that doesn't even need it, but it certainly doesn't hurt to have it there. The next thing that's a little bit more subtle is the engine shake when you actually power up the car. And then my favorite, personally, is anytime your brake lights are activated, they do a short little like trail behind them, similar to like a Volt bike or something, which is really cool. It really gives me like that whole drifting vibe that I think the car is going after. This car also is the very first car to have the driver's seat on the right side of the vehicle, which is cool, but at the same time, it's gotten confusing for me at points, because sometimes I've hopped in the passenger seat as opposed to the driver's seat, and I feel like that might be an issue in the future if I don't train myself to remember. All right, finally, before we get to stats, let's touch up on the sounds. This car is currently the only other car in the game, besides the Parmesan, to have a startup sound. Here's what it sounds like. The engine sound is also really nice. Finally, it's time to talk about stats. So, first off, the acceleration is pretty insane. You can go from like 0 to 70 or 80 in literal seconds, maybe even 2 seconds. Like, it's crazy how fast you accelerate. The max speed I was able to get was 204, but I know for sure that's definitely not over 210. So, it's like relative to the Roadster in its speed stats. This is where I think the Shogun shines the most, though. When you hit 140 miles per hour, it boosts. You hit 140 and it starts accelerating extra fast for a little bit. So it jumps from like 140 to 160 in like a second, and then it climbs slightly faster than it climbed before, and you can hit 200 pretty quickly after that. It's a really unique ability that I feel like is gonna be really fun to have implemented in car chases, because imagine you're just like chasing a criminal, and all of a sudden, like without reason, their car just takes off. Like, I don't know, it's a really fun idea, and I think it's a really good ability to add to this car to give it something unique, as if it's not unique enough already. It's a cool concept. I want to see more of it in the game, and I think this car is a good way to introduce it. Lastly, the handling and braking, as per the usual with newer vehicles, is just really great. It's similar to the Parmesan, I would say. The handling, really buttery smooth. You feel like you're in control of the car 90% of the time. There's not really any times where you feel like, oh no, I'm gonna slip and start flying somewhere. It's like, for the most part, you might have to make wider turns when you're going faster, but you're pretty in control of the vehicle. Unfortunately, since I don't own this, since this isn't mine, I'm not able to see what people offer for it this time around, but I'm sure there will be other YouTubers uploading videos on that, so you can go watch one of theirs. Overall, though, I really like this car, and I'm a big fan of it. Like, the other ones, when I say I really like them, but I'm not, like, a fan of them, if that makes any sense. I'm a fan of this car. I think this is a really cool, interesting car, and I can't wait to see, like, more like unique mechanics for each car implemented into the game. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Remember, go check out my main channel video. Should be linked in the description. It's even better than this one. It's far better than this one, I'll say. It's funny. It's great. Oh my god, it has my face. It's so good. Just go watch it already. But in the meantime, thank you for watching.